Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be budgeting out paycheck number 2 for the month of October. So we're going to get right on into it. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. My name is Janelle. I'm a wife and a mother of one, and we are expecting our second child at the beginning of November. And on here, we do all things cashless budgeting. So if that is something that you're interested in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And y'all, before I get into this video, because I think the last 2 videos that I posted, I said that I was going to post a picture of our maternity photos, and I forgot to add it in the video. So I'm going to make sure right now that y'all get to see a picture of our maternity photos that we took. We have not gotten all of them back yet, but I did just want to share that with y'all. So y'all got to see a picture. Now we can get into the budget because that is what we're here for. So we are going to be budgeting through the from October 10th through the 16th. And as you can see, the bills that we have budgeted would be our water and our electric. So those are the 2 things we're going to make sure gets covered this week. Now, I do just want to make a disclaimer. If y'all have a toddler, okay, I do, a very active toddler. She likes to find anything that belongs to her mom and her mom alone, and she has to leave her mark. So she got into my budget book, and she wrote her name. Yeah, y'all, she wrote her name. I don't know why she did her ends like this, but she knows how to write her name and other stuff. And so she decided to write in my money thoughts that I should keep her in mind, I suppose. So I do apologize about that. But let's get on into the actual numbers for everything. So like I said, this budget is going to be from the 10th through the 16th for October. We are going to talk about our income. So we have one income this week plus rollover. So we're budgeting $550 plus $2,100. And that is going to bring us to $2,650. And then for our fixed expenses, we have our utilities, which is our water, trash, and sewage, and our exorbitant tax fees. And we are budgeting $180. And then we have our electric, and we are budgeting $235. Although it has been hot here, $235 seems a little a little much for us, but that's just because I have been pregnant, of course, or I still am pregnant, and the heat feels like 10 times what it is outside. So our AC has been pretty much like on freezing temperatures. So I hope next year this is not as much and we're not paying that much into utilities, which is crazy, y'all, because fun fact, I live in Texas, and I Googled like what utilities should be in like my area. And it's so weird to me that they said $250 is what I should pay for utilities, meaning that that's what I should pay for water, trash, sewer, electric, and gas. That makes absolutely no sense. No sense whatsoever, because I don't know whose water bill or light bill is that cheap, especially when they have kids. Like my neighbors tell me, like alone, like their light bill is like between $300 to $500. So that sounds crazy. I think these are just like, to me, I feel like they're like unrealistic goals that they want you to what is it? Like to live by, that like is not necessarily possible. And I know a lot of people say like, oh, just go and get you a small house here and there and everywhere. But my thought is we all live off of each other. And if everyone followed that same policy, that policy wouldn't actually exist, because people would just raise the bills or whatever for that. I'm rambling, y'all, but y'all get what I'm saying. So it's just like, find where you fit in, okay? If you can save, save. If not, figure it out. But those are going to be my two utilities, as you can see. And this is not terrible. Like, this is my water for a family of 3 currently. One person takes a bath. That's baby girl. We work most of the time. And then we run our sprinklers maybe twice a week at 180. And that's including our trash and our sewage. And then electric, everything in our house pretty much is electric except for our gas and our tankless water heater. So the AC, which is the most important thing here in Texas, is electric. So it's going to guzzle as much as it can. So yeah, that is just where we are for our fixed expenses at $415. We don't have anything for envelopes. Our spending, our variable envelopes, so that is going to stay blank. Then we are going to move over to our savings goals. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I had to answer a call. So now we're going to go to our savings goals. So I'm going to write out all of our sinking funds first. So we have car maintenance, clothes, family fun, and events, date nights, all of the things. That's where that family fun comes into. We have health. We have holiday and gifts. And this includes birthdays as well. We have home maintenance. And we have kids. We have pet. We have subscriptions, y'all. Subscriptions. Okay, got to make sure I spell it right. And then we have vacation. And those are our sinking funds. And then these are our savings. So we have emergency fund. We have rainy day. We have home projects. And moving. We have our first daughter, Leanna, and then baby number 2 for savings. And these are going to be all of our saving goals. Now for all of this, we are budgeting $248. Okay. And then we are going to be paying half of our loan this paycheck, and that is going to be at $250. Okay, so we are looking at, let's get back here, $26.50 minus $415, which leaves us at $22.35. We'll come over here to $22.35 minus $248 is $19.87. And then we have $19.87 minus $250, and that leaves us with $17.37. So this is what we're projecting our rollover to be into paycheck number 3. The money's going to look a little funny because this is a 5 paycheck month for us. And so there are going to be dead weeks like next week. But while we are here, we're actually going to go ahead and stuff my sinking funds. And we're just going to do that together since I already have the money to stuff it. And I want to make sure we are all on the same page together, y'all. So let me use a different color to stuff. Let's use this. Okay, so first things first is going to be our car maintenance. And y'all, I still have not paid for my car. I will make sure after this video I go and pay for my car registration because I don't really know what I'm waiting on. But we are just going to put this at this date here. and we'll just do a deposit. We'll say it's the last day, and we are going to be adding $10. So that should bring us to $230.28 currently. And then we'll put over here in the actual that we put $10. Okay. So that is where we are for car maintenance. Next is going to be clothes. Sorry, y'all. I'm like so out of breath. It's going to be clothes. And right now we have $160 in there. And we are going to put $10 in here, you guys. So this is just to build up for, this is pretty much for me and my husband. We need clothes, y'all. But also because we need to purchase some things for the hospital. I don't think it's much anymore. One of the things that I am doing, and you guys stay tuned for this video, it's probably going to be a little late, but my Q4 goals, one of them is to get out of this like rat kind of race with consumerism where like I feel like I just need to continue to buy. Now I don't really buy a lot of things unless it's food, but still I do get into these little bouts of like just wanting to buy stuff because we need to decorate our house and do all of the things. But I also have so much stuff I need to get rid of. So my goal for the next couple of months, I know I'm going to have a newborn and all of that kind of stuff, but to really is declutter my house like fully. We have so much stuff that like I tell myself, oh, we're going to need, or what if I need it at this point or that point? We can take care of it at that time, but there's so much stuff that just literally needs to go into the garbage. And so I'm going to be working on that. That is like my main goal. I want to go into 2026 with like so much less or less clutter than I started with. Okay. Like I have boxes and just stuff that we have everywhere. And I think it's driving me up the wall. So, I don't think I need as much items as I originally thought that I needed for clothes. For sure. My husband is okay. I do need to buy him some, like some tops. And then I for sure will need like a bottom or two because the clothes that I wore for baby girl, baby, they barely fit right now. I know they're not going to fit in another 4 weeks. So we're going to be working on that. Next is going to be family fun. And this is just all things fun for the family. Like I said, date nights, all of the things. And we are going to be adding $20. Because what I am thinking is I won't be able to do a whole lot, but at least for the rest of the year, we would at least like to take baby girl to see some lights for maybe Christmas. That probably wouldn't cost us anything but gas maybe. And maybe one small other little thing, nothing too crazy, but we do want to make sure that she still gets to do something outside of the house. Me mostly, I am going to definitely, like I did last year, definitely decorate with all of the decorations we already have for Christmas, and make that just like a magical for her and the baby. And then we'll have like indoor toddler activities like baking cookies, doing Elf on the Shelf, those things that don't really cost a lot of money. So she'll still be able to enjoy all of the things, y'all. Next is going to be health. And for health, we are going to budget $15. And I want to slowly build this back up because I know that at the beginning of the year when everything resets, we'll be going to the doctor for just regular checkups and things like that. And I know we'll at least have a copay if anyone gets sick or anything like that. So definitely want to build this back up. I want to say, look, maybe 300. Y'all, at one point we were at like $812 in here. But the one thing that I could say is that I am happy that I was able to pay off our OB for our birth. Has like all of that stuff is paid off. And so like we'll get small bills from like probably the anesthesia and stuff like that, but I don't have to go in debt because with baby girl we didn't have anything to pay because of my husband's insurance, but he doesn't have that perfect insurance anymore. So we definitely had to pay some money out before we could actually get to 100% where the insurance covers everything. So that was $15 for health. Now we're moving on to holiday. Holiday is holding on strong. Once again, with the whole consumerism thing, y'all, I want to buy everything for baby girl. And I really need a savings for that. But I was a little bit overwhelmed with not having what I really kind of wanted in holidays, because the way it's going to happen is November, baby girl number 2 will be here. And then it's my birthday and Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, then my birthday. Then it's Christmas in December, baby girl's birthday in January, and then my husband's birthday in February. So every year from now on, like literally we're in a little love triangle for 4 or 5 months of just kind of spending. But I am going to be very much so aware of what I'm getting for baby girl. She doesn't need a lot of things. She really does not, but we'll get her 1 or 2 like fun items and then maybe some clothes because she is growing so quickly. So I'm not going to get too overwhelmed with not having so much in here. I do just want to make sure we have enough money for food. We will buy candy for Halloween. We already have baby girl's Halloween clothes. We're putting $11 in here. Halloween clothes, and she's changed her mind on what she wants to be, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, we'll be sticking to our budget, y'all. We will be sticking to our budget. So that is where we are for holiday and gifts there. Then now we are on to home maintenance. And home maintenance here is at $280. And we are going to be adding $20. And what did I say? 280. So this is 323. And let me tell y'all something really quickly. So there will be money coming out of home maintenance. I'm going to be sad because it's going to pretty much wipe out everything that we have in home maintenance. But that is what these sinking funds are for. So I want to say about 2 years ago, we got a water treatment system, y'all. My husband did his research, but I guess there was one thing we didn't realize. You cannot buy the filters for the kitchen, like part without them coming out. And every time we wanted them to come out, they're never available during like my time. So like you would literally have to take off a day to be home all day for them to actually come to your home to do the replacements. You also have to pay for labor and the parts. And I'm like, well, why can't we just get the parts? Then they finally said, oh, you could buy the parts, call this number. Y'all, I'll call that number for a month straight. No one's ever returned a phone call or any of that stuff. So my husband took out that water treatment system out of the kitchen area and replaced it. So we bought a new one at Lowe's after his month long of investigation and finding out that those can be replaced at a reasonable price, because I think the filters are like $40 and you're not changing them that often. The rest of the filtration system works perfectly fine in our house. And we're able to fix those and do all of that stuff. It was just that one in the kitchen. So we're going to need to cover that. And I just saw it because my husband charged it to our Lowe's account. So that was something spent for this month. I just don't know the amount to put it in there just yet. Next is going to be kids. And for kids, we are going to be adding, what was this? $53 is what we're adding. And we definitely need to build this up. Oops, I wrote the wrong number. I wish I had that much in there. So we have 342.22. Yeah, 22. Kids is for all things for both of our children. That will cover diapers, wipes, potentially formula if breastfeeding does not work out, school pictures, activities, back to school registration, like clothes, shoes, all of the things will come out of here. So there will always be money going into here, a savings challenge or two being done to just help aid with bringing this up. I think I will feel comfortable if we had about $500 to $700 in here, kind of like at all times. I don't know what's going to happen with the feeding situation, and that's what kind of worries me just a little bit because yeah, the last time I had a child, we were in a formula crisis. This time, formula is just